and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to see how you can create a simple backtest for your options trading strategy using the MaticAlgos API. So you might have seen the previous video on this API, so you just have to create an account and then using the following commands you'll be able to fetch the data for index options. Right, so now I'm going to show you how you can create a simple backtesting program. Right, so before we begin, you just need to input your email and password which you have received in the mail, or which you're using with this library over in another Python file. So my email is this. Right, and my password is this.com. Where is my password? Yeah, so this is my email and I've entered my password as well. And now we'll save this file in a folder. Yeah, so I'm gonna save it as MaticCreds and hit enter. Right, and now I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to save it in the same folder. I'll name it as main, so it will be main.py. And now we'll import these credentials into our main Python file. So from matic_creds import email and email password. So now we first need to set this folder on the console, so I'll use this. Now we'll run this line, and yeah, so we've got the email ID and the password. Now we'll use the login mechanism as per the library to log in into the MaticAlgos library. So before that, we'll also need to import this library. So just give me a minute. Yeah, so now another thing we need is this login method. Yeah, so MA is equal to historical, enter your email ID. So this is my email ID here. And this is, I'll enter my password right here. So after this, we'll be able to log in into the MaticAlgos API. Now what we're going to do is we need to find the dates for which the data is available in the API. So for that, I'm going to use this function ma.get dates and get dates, and we are going to write the name of the symbol here. So we only have data for Nifty and Bank Nifty, so I'm going to write Bank Nifty here and then run this line. So now you can see that we've got a list of all the dates. Right, now what we are going to do is we are going to create a backtest of a simple 930 straddle with 25% stop loss. And we are not going to put any re-entries right now, so this is going to be a basic video, and we are going to run it for the last 5 days of data, whatever it is available with us. Okay, so this is just a basic introduction. You can obviously add few more details or make any changes you like as per your requirement, but this is just an introduction first. So we're going to select the last 5 dates available to us in the data set, and let's just see what it prints. Okay, so I'm going to run this line now. So I'm using F9 to run line by line in Spider. You can modify it as per your IDE, or you can check it out. So after doing that, you can see we have data for last 5 days of August 2022, right? But as per the MaticAlgos library, we need the date in the datetime.date format, and we have a string of the dates. So we first need to convert it. So for that, we will first import datetime, and now we are going to convert this I into date. Okay, so date is equal to datetime.straptime, and then we have to select this date string, which is I, and we have to mention the format. So the format is year first, then the month, and then the date. Correct? So now we've got the date as well. And let me just run this line. Now let's see. Okay, so I've not imported datetime. Now let's just run this line and see. Yeah, so we've got the date in datetime format. So we'll write dot date here. So we'll get it in the datetime.date format. Okay, so yeah, you can see we've got this date. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to say df is equal to ma.get data, and then we have the symbol here. I'm going to write bank nifty, and the date is nothing but this. Okay, so let's just run this line. It might take some time. So for example, I'm only taking 5 days right now. You can run the data, you can run the backtest on the entire data set as per your requirement. So let's just see what we've got. So we've got an entire data frame with all the data of the options for that particular date, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to combine these two columns, this date and time column, and we are going to put it as index. So I'll tell you why we are doing this after some time, but for now we will need to do this. So df will create a new column called df.datetime, and now we'll just simply add these two strings. So df into bracket date plus space plus df into bracket time, right? After running this, we'll get a string of date plus time. So you can see we've got the string. Now we can easily convert this column into pandas date time. Let's go to pd.to date time, and this we are going to input this column right here. Let me first import pandas as pd. Right, now we are going to convert this column into datetime. Yep, so we have done it successfully. You can see this is data type is equal to datetime, right? Now what we are going to do is we are going to set this datetime column as the index. Df is equal to df dot set index, right? And now what we're going to do is we'll just see if our data frame is correct. Okay, so yeah, so it is correct. We haven't run this line yet, but you can see that we have this datetime column, and now what we'll do is we'll set this as the index. But I think the format of open high low close here is string. So first we'll convert open high low close into float. So open high low and close. So we'll just convert this into a string. So I'm just going to use this dot as type and going to write float here. Okay, and we'll run these two lines now. Yep, let me just show you df dot head 10. Yeah, you can see that we have a date time index, and yeah, so I think these numbers are also converted into float from the string. And now for what we'll do is that spot data is also available in this particular data frame. So we'll get the spot data out first. So spot data is equal to df into bracket symbol, and I think I've mentioned the symbol as bank nifty. So let me just show you first in another data frame. N is equal to df 10. Yeah, and now we'll open this in a data frame. So this is the bank nifty spot data, and it is like the symbol name is this bank nifty, and you can see that open high low close is converted into float, and also the date time is the index, right? So now we will mention that the symbol is equivalent to bank nifty, and we'll run this line. So we've got the spot data with us as well. So there are 375 candles, and yeah, so we've got it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find the expiry date. So if you just check here, you can see that the expiry date is mentioned in the symbol name. So first it is Bank Nifty, then the expiry date, then the strike price and the type, so CE or P. So we need this 01 September 22 with us. So we're going to write expiry is equal to, and we're going to use df.ilog0. So it is the first value, so that is why I'm just using it, and I'm gonna write symbol here. So you can see that this is the symbol, and we just need to replace Bank Nifty. So I think, yeah, so it is the 9th position, I guess, 9 to 14. If I run this, and let's just check what we've got for expiry. So okay, so we haven't got the last two digits of the expiry, which is the year. So I'm going to write 16 here and rerun it. And if we just check, yeah, so we've got 01 is September 22. So this was the expiry for that, for this particular date. Yep, so it was the weekly expiry. So now we are just going to loop through this spot data, and then we are going to check if we have got if all the conditions are matched. So the first condition is that the date time should be 9:30. So at the opening price of the 9:30, we are going to place our straddle. So let's just check. We're going to loop through this spot data for S in range length spot data. Now we are going to find the current candle, because what will happen is when we write for loop, it will go through each and every candle one by one. So spot data frame is here. So once we loop it, it will go through each and every candle and check for our condition. So I'm going to mention this current candle is equivalent to spot data dot malloc s, right? So let me just run this line quickly for you. So S is nothing but the number, so it's 374. So if it goes one by one through the list, it will come to 374, which is the last number. And then when we run this current candle is equal to spot data dot ilog s, then you can see that we've got the last candle of the data frame, correct? And now we are going to simply write the conditions on that basis. So we'll say that if current candle dot name dot time. So what is current candle dot name? So name is nothing but the index of that candle, so which is this. And now we are going to mention that if current candle's time is equivalent to date time dot time and 9:30. So if it is equal to 9:30, then we are going to place our straddle. So let me just print here, print placing straddle, and now we are going to find the strike price. So the strike price is nothing but the opening price of that candle. So it is USD. I'm just going to give a random variable here. So it is current candle and it's open. So what is the opening price of current candle? So it is this. Now we need to convert this price as per the ATM strike price. So we are going to use the round function, and I'm going to overwrite the value in the current variable. And also I'll convert it into an integer. So CST divided by 100, comma 0. For Nifty, it will be divided by 50, right? And then we are going to multiply it by 100. So now if I run this line, you can see that we've got the strike price, correct? Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a new data frame. So it will be OP data. So it would be for options data, and in here we are going to put call data and put data. So how are we going to do this? So in this, in the same way we found the spot price, we are going to use the same line, right? And instead of only Bank Nifty, we are going to mention the symbol. So it would be Bank Nifty plus expiry plus the strike price, string strike price, and then plus C. If we quickly run this line, let's see what we get. Yeah, so we've got the data for that particular option, correct? So in the same way, we are going to do it for the put option. Yeah, in this way you can get the data for the ATM, CE and PE, and it has created a new dictionary, and inside the dictionary there are two data frames. One is called CE and one is called PE. We have now got the OP data with data of CE and PE in a dictionary, and now what we're going to do is we're going to find out the price of the options. So how we are going to do it? So CE sell price would be nothing but OP data and then OP data in the bracket CE, and then we are going to use the LOC function of pandas to find out uh, the data of that particular candle. So we have the date time as index, so that was the reason for creating date time index, and we are just going to mention current candle dot name, and it will give us the data of this particular date in that option data frame. So if I just run this, you can see that we've got all the data. And then another thing that we're going to do is for PE, we are going to write the same thing. Yeah, so now it is done, and we first also we need to create a blank dictionary here. TD is equal to blank. So we'll do this for every new day, and then we'll also create a new blank pandas data frame in which we'll be saving all the trades. So if you've seen my webinar, then in that we have done the same thing while we are backtesting for basic for stocks and this. So we have done the similar thing. So we have created a TD dictionary for saving the values intraday, and then after the trade is done, we are pushing those values into the trades data frame, right? So now we'll just write this TD is equal to, and then let's mention CE, and inside CE we'll need sell price. So sell price is nothing but the open of the option. So we'll write sell price is equal to CE sell price, and then we'll get the open. We also need the symbol. So symbol is nothing but CE sell price into bracket symbol. Then we also need the sell time. So sell time is equal to this current time. So OP data, candle, current candle dot name dot time. Then we also need the current date. So what is the date? Date is nothing but dot date, and we also need to put a 25% stop loss. So this is how we'll calculate the stop loss value. Yeah, so I think this would be our stop loss value, because if the option goes up by, let's say, 25%, then we need to trigger our stop loss, right? So we've got this value right here. And then what else do we need? Yeah, so we also need to mention if the position is true or false. I'll just show you after some time how we are going to use it. And then we also need to input what is the strike price. So strike price is nothing but the CST. Yeah, so I think we are probably done, and also we'll need to create another data frame, this in the dictionary. Yeah, so this would be one dictionary, and for PE data we'll create a new dictionary, and inside that we'll input all the details of the put side. So PE, and we'll just quickly modify the code. So the time and the date would be same, just the stop loss would be different. Yep. So I think it is probably done. Let's just see what the error is. Invalid syntax. Yeah, so I just forgot to use this. Yeah. And again over here. Yeah, so I think we are probably done. Let's just check if the TD data frame, TD dictionary is coming out correct. Yeah, so it is giving us all the required data. And we also need to write a boolean value here. So straddle is equal to false. And once it goes through the 930 candle, the straddle would be true. Is equal to true. Time and straddle and not straddle. So once the straddle is true, we'll write another condition here. So if the straddle is placed, if straddle, we are going to write this condition for T in CE and PE. So we'll loop through CE and PE and then we'll find out if the option is hit or not. So if OP data bracket T into bracket, sorry, dot, we are going to use the same function of LOC that we used before. So this current candle gives us the value. So we're going to use the current candle and the high of the current candle, if it is greater than or equal to the stop loss value. Yeah. So stop loss value, which we have created in the TD dictionary. So if it is greater than the stop loss value and if our position is also open, then what we are going to do is we are going to close the trade. So for that, we'll input the buy price. Our buy price would be nothing but the stop loss price, which we are taking directly as the stop loss price. And as we go ahead, like while analyzing the backtest report, you shouldn't take this exact value. You need to add some slippage to it, because it won't be like that. It won't be like every time you get the stop loss price as the exit price. So once the tick is created above your stop loss price, then you should take that tick as your exact SL, because at that price it would get executed in real life. So I think by adding slippage you can resolve that issue. And the buy time would be nothing but this same current candle name dot time. Yeah. Now we also need to input what is the reason of our exit. So T. So reason is that my stop loss got it. So SL hit, and yeah, we'll now calculate the PNL. So PNL is nothing but sell price minus buy price into quantity. Yeah, so we forgot to mention the quantity here, I think. So QP, we'll take it as per a single lot only. Yeah, so we've also got the quantity now, and PNL would be nothing but sell price minus buy price into quantity. Yes, we also got the quantity now, and now we're going to close the trade. So we'll say that position is equal to false. Yep. And after closing the trade, as mentioned before, we need to append this trade into this trades data frame. So trades is equal to trades dot append, and we're going to mention this entire dictionary. To append dictionary into data frame, you need to ignore the index. Ignore index is equal to 2. Yep. So, and we also need to put another condition, like we'll close the trade at 15:15, right? So again, we need to mention another time-based condition. If current time is 15:15 and the position is open, then what we'll do is we're going to get this buy price again. Right now buy price won't be the stop loss price. We need to take the open price of the candle, as we are going to close the trade as soon as it is 15:15, and we need to input rest of the things in the similar fashion. So buy time would be the current candle time, the reason would be time up, and PNL calculation would be the same, and the position would be false again, and we'll append the trade into this trades, right? So I think now we should just check if everything is running well. So we have already got the data for a single date, so this I is nothing but the 30th August. I'll just run this entire line from start to end. Let's see if we've got any errors, and let's see how the result looks. Okay, so trades is not defined, so I did not run this line at the top. So let's just run this now. It will take some time to fetch the data, and I think it is done. Yeah, so this is the CEP dictionary, and we'll just check the trades for a single date. So on this particular date, we took the position at 9:30, and the stop loss was this value, and I think the stop loss got triggered, so we've got the buy price here. And then for the second leg, the position was still open, and we squared it up at 15:15, right? So now let's just run this entire thing again from start to end. So I'll just hit F5 to run it entirely again. Let's see how the results look. So it would be really slow because the data is coming through the API. Yeah, so I think we are done. So so we have got 10 entries here. It is for each and every date, for 5 dates. So we are only taking 2 positions in a day. And let's just see. Yeah, so loss. Yep. So these are the results. So basically, this is how you can create a simple basic option backtest for your strategies. Right? If you have any doubts, you can comment below, or you can put them up on the Telegram group in the Telegram Python community which we have created, and please let me know. Thank you.